Welcome to the Saturday Update. Nate Gardner with you. 3 weeks out from the federal election, and the Coalition is promising to cut $10 off the cost of a number of common medications if it wins. The pledge would see prices ease for people who need blood pressure, diabetes and high cholesterol drugs, while Labor is promising to shake up the MyGov website by conducting a full user audit of the site. The government services site has been the subject of complaints. Meantime, Labor leader Anthony Albanese has arrived in Western Australia after leaving COVID isolation, while his deputy Richard Marles has now tested positive and will miss the party's official campaign launch in Perth. Unvaccinated international arrivals to New South Wales will no longer need to quarantine. They will need to get tested within 24 hours and isolate until they return a negative result. The man accused of raping Brittany Higgins at Canberra's Parliament House will face the Supreme Court in June as planned. Former Liberal staffer Bruce Lerman has been accused. His bid to halt the trial has been dismissed. There is another push to outlaw the smacking of children in Australia. It's still permitted by a parent or carer. Australian Catholic University's Professor Daryl Higgins says we're falling behind the rest of the world when it comes to the practice.
There's already 63 countries ahead of us who have made this change to address any excuses that can be made within the law for the use of corporal punishment in the home. So we're really calling for Australia to get on board.
Tennis champion Boris Becker has been handed a 2-year jail term. The German was accused of hiding millions in assets, including a couple of Wimbledon trophies, to avoid paying debts from when he claimed bankruptcy in 2017. The 6-time Grand Slam winner had been found guilty of 4 of the 24 counts against him. And the largest arm wrestling event in Aussie history is being held this weekend on the Gold Coast, with competitors flying in from around the world. To sport now. 8 rounds into the NRL season and the Panthers remain undefeated, getting up 18-4 against the Titans on the Gold Coast. Despite the win, coach Ivan Cleary says his side wasn't at its best.
Just a heap of yardage errors, which we haven't been doing. And any game where you make so many yardage errors, you're going to be in trouble. Defence held firm. So and if you do that, you can win games. So it's pretty much what happened tonight. While
in Gosford, the Rabbitohs 40-22 winners over Manly. Richmond is back on the AFL winners list after dismantling West Coast in Perth by over 100 points to kick off round 7. And Melbourne United and the Sydney Kings lead their NBL semi-final series. And for even more sports news, make sure you check out the Sports Update. You'll find it wherever you're listening to this show. To entertainment news now, Elizabeth Moss has opened up about her involvement in Scientology. The Handmaid's Tale star had earlier been tight-lipped about her links to the religion, saying she didn't want viewers to be distracted. And 76-year-old country music legend Dolly Parton has changed her mind on being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She'd originally turned down the idea, but now says she'd accept an induction if invited. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.